Hello. We have with us today Laura Blackmore from FranServe, and she's going to talk about what makes her one of the top franchise brokers out there right now. So welcome, Laura.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So let's start with that first question. What makes you successful as a franchise consultant?
Yeah, tough one. I think it's that I'm authentic. I was just talking with someone yesterday and wasn't able to help him with the specific franchise, but he said, I like your style. I want to work with you. Can you help me? And I think it just really comes down to listening to people and just being yourself and not trying to have an agenda. And I think success helps that allow you, less pressure, less to make everything go smoothly, perfect, but just to be able to listen and help someone out. So yeah, it's been a learning curve, that's for sure. Like anything else, it takes a lot of hard work. I'm very disciplined. So I follow a process. I'm somewhat consistent, but I allow myself some grace if I want to fall off that a little bit. But every time I do, I realize I have to get right back on to that process, and there's a reason for it. It does create, the success that you want.
How long have you been a consultant?
So about 6 years, probably really active. I started off part-time as I was transitioning from my corporate job, but about 6 years, five and a half full-time.
And you're based in Florida?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What part?
Central part, near Orlando.
Okay. So what advice do you have for people who want to become franchise owners?
Yeah, it's to explore, really do due diligence. I mean, the due diligence is critical, to follow that process and ensure that it's a fit financially, that it's a fit culturally, that the keys to success are skills that you have or resources you can access. But going into it and being aware that, maybe success doesn't happen overnight. What is your backdrop? So being well capitalized is important, not going in razor thin on margins. Although I have seen people become very successful, but my advice is, to have a plan for that first year, that first 2 years. What happens if you don't hit your income goals? What are you going to do? And ask for help. Always ask for help. If you become a franchisee, don't sit back and wait too long to ask for help as you're growing that business.
Okay. What does winning or success look like for you in your position?
Yeah, it's when I can help someone. It's so over time as I've built my business to get it to a point that that my needs are met, my family's needs are met, but ability to grow it, to be ability to try a few new things. Anytime I start swinging it too much, the pipeline seems to fall apart, but it doesn't go as consistent. So I try not to add too many new dimensions, but ability to breathe a little bit and be comfortable with the living. But the things I really enjoy is really helping people find something that they weren't planning on, something they never even thought of, and getting really excited to get in business. And then when you get to hear down the road that they're some of the top producers, that's really exciting. That's truly what I love.
Okay. Well, what advice do you have for the franchisor who wants to award more franchises? What's your advice for them for growing their system?
Yeah. So their franchise development team is critical. I've analyzed my background as an accountant. I was amazed when I got into this business. I would look at what I thought were the key criteria of a franchise, and they had it. They had the financials, they had the support, but they didn't have a good process. And so they couldn't get people through. They couldn't excite a quality candidate. So I think it's having a good team, communication, but obviously a franchisor needs to have good validation. They've got to disclose some financials. It's getting more and more competitive out there. They've got to have really strong marketing support. They need to be doing a lot for the franchisees because more and more of them are, to jumpstart that success, I think. So to be able to display that, but the validation with existing franchisees is really important. So if they are doing a good job creating that culture, supporting those franchisees, I think that will just continue to bring more success. And then communication with me as a consultant is really important.
Okay. And then, well, let's talk about communication. What can a franchisor do to improve their communication with you? What do they need to do? What do you need to hear?
Just the updates, right? Just if you're reaching out and they're not responding, I want to know. If you had a call, please update me on that call. Likewise, I do the same. Call, email, text. Just keeping that communication open so that we are best serving that candidate. If the candidate is not qualified, let's address that right away. If the candidate is, let's do what we can do to foster that development. So communication is everything. And again, there's some franchises that have amazing processes, franchise development people that have been around for a long time and are not as good at it. And some are just incredible. And they make that process, they make me want to bring candidates to that franchisor, that's for sure.
Okay. Well, Laura, thank you so much for your time this morning. And if someone wanted to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
Well, I have a long email, so probably for the ease of this, my website is blackmorefranchiseconsulting.com. So it's long as well. My email is laura@blackmorefranchiseconsulting.com. So that's probably the best way to reach me.
Okay.
Or LinkedIn.
Oh, LinkedIn. And
Yeah,
we'll link to your LinkedIn in the text.
Okay, great.
So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Chris.
Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
All right, you take care. Bye-bye.